Welcome back, welcome back. So, I forgot to make a video about this. And I was watching one of my videos from this morning. And I remember, it was the white middle class, like, coming to the end. Like, all this stuff's happening where it seems like the middle classes, from their own mouths, are saying, like, there's no way to keep going up. There's no, there's just a line right now where they're just where they're at. Sort of like poor people. But he said something in there that reminded me of something I heard a while ago. He said when he was a kid, during that time of the 90s and stuff, they classified a lot of the boys as disruptive and HDD shit, ADD, all that other shit, right? And they started giving out these pills, Ritalin and all of this other shit, right? And the thing he said, though, I forgot what pill he said it was that was famous amongst the middle class whites. And come to find out, it was meth. I don't mean to laugh. It's not funny. But biblically, it is funny. But I'm not here to talk about that. But I'll tell you the joke, though. There's no way that black people put all those drugs in our neighborhoods. So who did it? So the Most High said, yank! Now you got to deal with it. By choice. You're going to choose to do it. or did you have a choice? Because it doesn't seem like it. I think if the moms and dads back then knew what it was made of, I don't know if they would have did it. I don't know. Maybe. Some people don't like to be parents. It's really hard. So, like I said, according to the Bible, what goes around comes around, sins of the Father and stuff. And when you see these things take place in your lifetime, when others, they didn't get to see it, you kind of realize, like, wait up, what time of the Bible are we in? Because he doesn't do that for a while, He doesn't start making people take that cup of sin that we had to drink and have people like, why would they do that? What are you doing? What are you doing? Because it always baffled me how everyone watches us do shit on the sound the horns, on the extreme levels, right? Or just do things. How you doing? And you guys get to see the end results of it and how fucking bad it's actually gonna do you. But then I forgot. Pride. Nah, it can't happen to me. I'm fucking white. They're black. They're weak. You know what I'm saying? They're weak. Of course they fell victim, became crackheads, and you know what I mean? It's them. They're weak. We can't. That doesn't happen to us. Nobody else but them. It seems like the world's having a real big fucking problem now with all that stuff, And we're all in it together now. So I'm not throwing it in anybody's face. It's all choice. It's always a choice. So, you know what I mean? I'm not here to condemn nor whatever anybody. All I know is just strange. So, that led me to realize, you know, because scientists say things, and, you know, they talk about a lot of things now that have to do with, like genetics and how you can damage them, you know? And then they started figuring out you can damage your DNA, you know? By living. Just by living and not knowing. Doing something over and over, right? So that always baffled my mind on I wonder what it was like to be like a first generational human being, like, you know, before they destroyed us for so long. Because when I go back to the parents, like they all talk shit on us and shit, and be like, yo, y'all getting worse. They don't even realize, like, all right, hold on, let me go get a coffee. I don't want to make people mad. Are you ready to have your mind blown by Uncle J Pressure, Professor X, the Shadow King? Back in the I think, 50s or 40s, you know, your grandpa's era, I think that's when they say, what was Trump and them? Everybody say, we want to make America great again. I can't believe that just popped in my head, right? That's what everybody says, we want to go back to that time. We got to make it so dope, you know what I mean? We got to get back to the golden age. And I found out something about that age. Did you know that doctors were prescribing heroin to people as like aspirin for children and themselves? Like it was a miracle pick you up drug and make you feel better and make you feel good. It was good. It was good. It's for the psychology and depression of the white man and the white woman. You know? The modern world, not knowing how to deal with all this new shit and the stressors of this new modern life, and, you know, the things of growing up and just life. Life is hard, you know? You need something to take the edge off. Man, they sure did. So, as you know, Mammy and the crew was, you know, couldn't tolerate screaming of children. You know, the thing they're like biologically built to do. They couldn't take the children screaming. I mean, it's not fucking easy. Men, you know, we can't take that shit. As soon as we start hearing screaming, we're like, oh God, I'm ready to leave my wife. I'm out of here. I gotta go. Got shit to do. Here, take $500. I don't want to deal with that. Anyway, so when you find out that they were like, you know, doing that for a while, and then they figured it out because, you know, people started getting strung out. You know? So then you're thinking in your mind, I don't know, how many people were doing that and how long before it was changing, you know, people. Just slightly. I think the FDA or whatever, they caught on to that shit quick, and they was like, yo, we gotta, you know what I mean? We gotta recall everything. They shut the whole operation down and shit, you know what I mean? We caught everything. Then you find out in, I think a little bit after that, you know, late or early 70s or maybe late 60s, the Coca-Cola comes out and it actually has Coke in it. You didn't know they called it Coca-Cola because it actually, you know, actually had it? Yeah, that's why they called it that. Maybe. But I know it had it really in there, so, you know, that's why they called it that. I mean, it is red and white, you know. Like, you know. Anyway. People got hooked on that and people couldn't figure it out. People sure did like their Cokes back then. Pepsi couldn't compete. I wonder why. Pepsi couldn't compete with that shit, baby. They had the juice. And Pepsi be kicking ass ever since. I wonder why. Oh, because people back then, you know, when you do something that blundering, people usually, you know, hate your product for a long time until you fix it. And they did. They survived. You know, alcohol, they've been proved that'll fuck you up. It's not even really meant for consumption. Like the original alcohols, they're not meant for consumption. They're meant to clean fucking metal. Rust. Why do you think it destroys your guts? You know? Why do you think it does so much to people? Why do you think when you get alcohol poisoning, your eyes go yellow and shit? You know what I'm saying? Poisoning. Alcohol poisoning. People hear that and be like, oh, well, you know, it just means when I drink it too much, I'm gonna get it. It means you're drinking poison, you fucking dumbass. Simple as that. See, when I learned these things, that's what made me go, oh, shit, I really like doing that. But no wonder my body rejects it so violently. Like, you ain't never thrown up and be like, yo, wait up. I know this is fun, but my body really doesn't like this shit. Like, why? Out of all the things, like, I eat bad food and I throw up. And it's like, you know, get it out. When you drink, though, bro, you could throw it up and your body's still fucking going. You're dry heaving nothing. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? Because that shit is like your body's trying to tell you, what the fuck are you doing? You're killing me, bro.
Excuse me.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right. Let's get some front store for her. Thank you, honey.
No problem.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. And, you know, like when I learned about things like that.
I'm gonna beat her motherfucking brains in the little midget bitch. One thing she got to say. One thing when I go up there, I'm gonna give her a Brooklyn ass whooping. Why?
When like, you know, when when your body naturally rejects certain things, it used to be known to be like natural, like, you know, people would be like, okay, that's not good for me, I don't do that no more. Like throwing up is a trigger of, that's no good for your body, no more put that in you. And people be like, nah, dog, you gotta get used to it. That's all it is. Ain't that what they told you? No, bro, you just gotta get used to it. Nobody's gonna, you know what I mean? You shouldn't have to get used to something that's good for you. You know? Then I started learning things about like wine. And I was like, how's it made? Oh, it's made out of grapes and natural thing. Oh, I wonder what I should drink. Something that's in the Bible, you know, and it says you can drink that. And it says, don't drink them alcohols. I wonder why. I wonder why he doesn't want you to drink strong drink is what it says. Alcohol. I wonder why when you drink wine, you don't get that super duper shitty hangover. And then, you know, I combined it, all these things. And I said, so they really been, you know, fucking people up. And it's, I ain't gonna say they purposely did it, because people purposely want to try new fucking things. So you're not gonna blame me for inventing something that people are trying to get. People are trying to get new drugs, every day that don't harm the body, because drugs actually can help the body, and chemicals and all of that shit is what alchemy is, and all the ancient people were talking about. They thought they were curing themselves. They were getting high and didn't even understand what the fuck they were doing until it was too late. And then they found out those are drugs. Those are not magic potions like the Lord made. Like, I feel so tired. I don't understand what's wrong with me. And you don't have enough sunlight. You don't have enough vitamin D. Someone goes, I have a magical fruit that'll take care of that. And then they give it to you, and then you eat it, and you're like, ugh, I do feel a little better. And then 2, 3 days later, eating that magical fruit, you feel you're fucking, oh my God, I'm back to normal. That was magic. That magical fruit from the gods. That's how people used to think back in the day, because that's what the fuck it is. Now, man says, nah, it's good for you. No, it's why the fuck is it good for me? Because my fucking father made it for me to do that. And I want to call it magic. I don't want to call it whatever the fuck it's called. Nutrition. It's nutritious. And no, it's magic. My father's a magician. Like, people ever think about actually how food and all these things are consumed into your fucking body and then does what it does? Like, dog, that shit is like magic, bro. Why do you think it says to bless your food before you eat it? I wonder why. I wonder why my Lord says, before you go and eat, I want you to speak over and say the Lord's Prayer or give thanks. And, most people teach you idiots to say, give thanks. Give thanks. That's what everybody says, give thanks. What about, Lord, give me protection because I don't actually fucking own my food. I don't create my own shit, so I don't know what's in there. Can you protect me from whatever's in there? If my enemies are putting spells on this, can you fucking protect me from the demon that they might have make me, put on myself? Nobody does that. Just thank God that we have food. From who? Nobody thinks like that. I don't see people, doing that. All people do is just say the thank you shit. Nobody's actually praying for protection. Nobody actually prays for the Lord to do things. So, if the 40s people were doing the dope, the heroin, figured it out, and this is white people, I might add, because this is when there's not too many other people here. There are other people here, so I'm sure they're doing it too. But just like that that actor from Friends, when you guys make drugs before it's illegal, it's in a way, and it's where only you're gonna get it because only you can afford it, which is great because it keeps me away from being the experiment for once. So hey, I don't give a fuck. And that made me think. I'm like, alright, my grandfathers, our grandfathers, and because eventually it got down to wasn't that expensive, I'm sure. But and if not, you still got the alcohol and the regular fucking people huff anything. I just learned that people are huffing something that makes cake. You can whip a cake better. Some shit, and then people are huffing it and fucking getting fucking. It's so bad that fucking Kanye West is fucking on it. I heard. I said, yo, stop playing. Niggas is ordering these metal. I don't want to put y'all up on that because might have one of y'all young stupid fucking idiots that want to give yourself brain damage. Anyway, people have been doing shit forever. Like, people will try anything. And I said, yo, how, like I said in the beginning, I wonder what it's like to be the first generation of people that were born that weren't doing things and weren't saying, here, try this, and,
You know what I mean? Because like I used to always hear this, oh, human beings only use 1/10 of their brain and people could be smarter. And I'd be like, yeah, I think people really would have been smarter back in the day because we followed the rules of the Lord and we didn't, you know what I mean, do these things to ourselves. It seems like the further away we go from the Lord, the more retarded we get. By ourselves, we do it to ourselves. It's, you know, I mean, maybe you might not look at it like that, but when you actually look up what drugs do to you, specifically, not just look up, oh, it's bad. No, how drinking causes depression. You know? Motor skills slowing down, fucks up the speech, da da da. And then you look in the world and be like, oh, that's why people are talking the way they're talking. This is why everything's slowing down. This is why people are, because drinking is a fucking normal thing now. Drinking is like having lunch. So many people are doing it. You might as well just call it a regular thing. Like it's good for you. Smoking. You might as well call it a regular thing. When I was a kid, so many less people smoked cigarettes. And since they made it legal to smoke weed, so many people didn't want to smoke weed. Like, and it always gave me hope to quit one day because, you know, I know it's bad for you. And you don't need anything for, like, people smoke to calm down. You don't need to smoke to calm down. You need to figure out something else natural. The Lord has things to do that. But when you're young and you're dumb and nobody teaches you because your parents don't know this shit and they don't actually know to tell you, there's going to come a time where life's going to stress you out and you're not going to know what to do. And people are going to say, here, this calms me down. And so your parents are supposed to figure out what other things are and say, here, when your times of stress come, use this. That's a natural remedy, you know, like something that's good for you, that calms your nerves down. That's all it is, calming your nerves down. Breathing techniques, teas, meditations, videos. There's many, many different things where you can arm your kid against this world, but no one does it. Like if I had a kid, my kid would either love me to death or hate the shit out of me. Because I'll prepare them for I would really try to actually be a parent and prepare them for this life. Not just, you better do your homework. No, while they're young, I'm going to be building them up. Like, I see people talk to their kids like their enemies won't talk to them. And I be looking at people like, yo, your kid's still growing. They're not even fucking, you know? It'd be so easy to create better human beings. It's so easy. People make it sound, I'm sick of hearing that. It's hard to raise kids. Yeah, when you're an idiot. Simple as that, because you don't need to be smart. You just need to want to do it. You need to realize, as soon as you made that life, your life's fucking over, asshole. That's it. That's it. That's all you gotta realize, and then actually live like it. Like, oh shit, my dreams and my shit don't matter no more because I gotta worry about them. That will stop the complaining, especially with women. I don't have a life anymore. You're not fucking supposed to. You have a kid now. They have a life. Duh. That's why men usually don't want to have kids early and will leave you. Because they, you know, they're dumb. And they know it's going to destroy them. They can't be the things they want to be now. You know? That's why I think the law should change. So women could be free. Get your second chance at life. Because obviously, keeping children does not do anything but destroy your life. You never get enough time to live. Every woman in the world complains. Sound the horns. I never seen a woman that's either good and not crazy because of it, and they're successful. They work. They do good routines. They do the good things that I talk about or anyone talks about, right? And she's gonna fucking complain and hate life just as much Well, not just as much because she has support system from being nice and actually doing these things. So, you know, she gets these little help every now and again, and then she actually feels good because she's doing the work. She's crying at night because it's hard, and she's doing it. And it's, you know, other women are crying and not even fucking teaching their kids how to read. You just have sons and you just fucking teaching your sons to be just as pussy as the niggas you hate in this world. You don't teach him nothing about fucking nothing. You expect him to just magically become a man. You don't even warn him about women. You know? You could thank your brethren for that. Like, women never think about that. They're women, they're men and the man, and the men aren't men anymore. Well, you have custody over all the children, 80% of the children, for like a long time now. At least 2 generations or more. So the direct men that you don't like is because of a woman not raising him to be the man you want to be with. Blame her, not us. We had no control over what was going to get put in our head. We got born, we got what we got, mothers wasn't mothering, and y'all got what y'all got. You know what I'm saying? We could say it like that. But we don't. We just blame men. A man's a fucking loser because nobody showed him how to be a man, because being a man is just something that's automatic. That's what women believe. Becoming a man and working and all that shit is automatic, dog. That's not something you gotta build into. That's just something we see men do. So it just, you know, but you don't see the long nights and the tears and the fucking quitting on this and giving up on that and still having to pick yourself up. And nobody's there. There's nobody there. Get it? The buddies, the friends. Niggas forgot how to be friends and real buddies a long time ago. That's why shit's the way it is with men. That's why most men don't like each other no more. That's why we fuck each other's girlfriends. Talk shit, try to get each other fired, take a job or some corny shit. Because men don't really like each other anymore. A man will actually believe in his head, there's no use for me, for like men. There's no use. We're all at competition for everything. Not realizing, nah, you do need men. You sound like a fucking woman. I don't need no man. I don't need no man. I'm an entrepreneur. Fuck you bum ass niggas. I don't need no men. If no other people work for me, you know, because when you start your entrepreneur business, only entrepreneurs are gonna work for you, right? You're nothing without regular niggas. Yet y'all run y'all motherfucking mouth like you somebody. That's the fucked up thing about building a pyramid scheme. Yeah, you the one on top, but the people on the bottom, if they remove themselves, no more pyramid. It's over. It's all bye-bye. Everything you built, all your plans, all your power, you become a mortal fucking regular ass man again. Because everyone's needed. Everyone's important. But that ego. Maybe it's the brain damage. Nobody likes when I throw those words around. How many people have brain damage? See, we think of brain damage as all of that and your head gotta be... No. How many people are affected from all the things that human beings have been taking and unbeknownst to them been actually really bad drugs? How many people are shut off from their emotions because of that? How many people don't have empathy? How many people, you know? Because if alcohol can set depression off, I wonder what, a upper drug, like the cocaine. I wonder if that can make rage and short attention span coming to you because you know you need it every couple of seconds or whatever, a couple minutes. So you're constantly shortening what you're focused on, and you're only focusing on that thing. You know how it becomes their whole life. And then people have children, give them up for adoption. 20 some years later, it's a hot young woman, and you don't know. She won't tell you where she really came from. She's embarrassed. You don't know. So you have a kid with her. And your kid ends up just, having a drug habit. Because, she has a drug habit. But she did good. She stayed away. But the damage is still there. And now the sins pass on. And they were like, what's wrong with our kids? I don't understand. I don't understand. We live in a world where a lot of fucking people blame kids for everything they do. It's like everybody forgot that, you're giving birth to these people. Claim some responsibility. We all won't. Well, maybe. Some of you don't know your past, but I'm sure a lot of people do know. That's when the family secrets come out, how daddy was a fucking drunk. Grandpa was a dopehead on the side and nobody really knew. Took it to the grave. Like I said before, I don't want to condemn anybody and make people feel bad. We're all a part of it, so no one's getting away from it. Because, at one point in time, shit's legal. Everybody just does it. Until there's a problem. Then it becomes an illegal drug that everybody still does anyway. So, doesn't matter if it's legal or illegal, people are going to do what they want. All love, all praise to the Most High. Sober up, gentlemen. That alcohol is destroying you more than you realize. The drugs and the, I can't say myself, I'm sure many people, you're just smoking weed and fucking shit. We all got to work on something, right? And I worked on a lot already. Like, I'm from the hood, bro. It's not like I didn't try drugs when I was younger. A lot of things I stayed away from. But we all tried things. And just like everyone else, I could have got hooked or did get hooked and said, whoa, you're hooked. Like, wake up, motherfucker. It's over. No, it's over for you. You're done. And then give it up. And say, no, I'm not. I'd rather just smoke my little weed and smoke my little cigarettes. Life is hard. We all get a vice. But like I say, knowledge is power. The key is to learn. Learn other ways. There's so many other ways to do things. Unfortunately, people know that, and when they figure out, people start figuring it out, to do that way now becomes really expensive. You know how, like, everybody figured out, like, you don't have to smoke weed. You can vape it. You can, just have just THC. You don't need to fucking actually have all that tobacco paper. I'm sure they figured that out in the ancient days too. I'm sure they figured it out. I'm sure they had edibles and, so they didn't get cancer doing smoke. And then, that's the only thing people can say about weed that makes it bad. Hey, get your cancer. No, the tobacco paper and the paper we smoke gives us the cancers. The natural weed, I think people have been smoking that forever. And, when you go back to the old days and the peace pipes and all that, when they didn't die of cancer, what the fuck are you going to say then? Like they were smoking tobacco and shit. There wasn't alarming rates in Indians that had cancer back in those days. I wonder fucking why. Oh yeah, because it wasn't wrapped up in this fucking thing with a filter and all this extra shit that's in here that you can read on the label and say, that's in there and that's in there. Wait up, I'm smoking tobacco. Why the fuck do I need anything else in here? I want to smoke tobacco. I don't want to smoke whatever else is in here. Get it? And the way to do that is grow it your motherfucking self, which costs money. Do you understand? You want to be with the Lord? You're gonna have to pay for it. This is why I laugh at old people that talk dumb shit about the Bible. And then I bring up all the things you can do and you should be doing. Just the dress codes alone. Like they'll talk about, oh, use curse and you young people, or none of yous dress the way the Lord says to dress. Period. And you have money. You actually could pay. You pay for all your other clothes and all these other things. See, when you're to get, like I said, you wanna do what the Lord said, you're gonna pay. Poor people can't pay to dress to like the Lord wanted. You know how much fucking money that is? You're gonna dress like the Lord wanted, or you're gonna eat like the Lord wanted. Because if you do both, how you gonna pay your rent? This is why the Lord said, when your ass is in captivity and you're fucked, don't worry. Call blessings over the food because you're stuck eating the bad shit that I don't want you to eat. But I understand you have to fucking eat. You have to eat or you're going to die. Get it? But, they'll tell you the law is done away with. When the Lord said, no, I allow you to get away with certain things. But then when you're free and you can pay for it, then you don't have no excuse. My brothers and sisters down there that are fucked up, oh, my Lord's gonna spare them. Use with the money and all this, and you've been wasting your money on all that fancy ass car, your fancy ass house, and you haven't been living in the Lord's way the whole time, but you've been balling this whole. The Lord's gonna look at you like, dog, you never knew me. What the fuck are you talking about? What you talking about? Simple as that. Cause it don't gotta be the I don't think people are gonna walk around with robes and like the priest. I don't think they're gonna get the long robes with the jewels on the front, like Power Rangers. They'll wear all that other shit that looks like Power Rangers, but they won't go read the book of Leviticus and be like, alright, they describe his outfit, I'm gonna go wear that now. Oh yeah, because they love the Lord so much. The Lord said men of the priest, the Lord, the faith, they're supposed to wear bandanas with his name on their head. They're supposed to put his name everywhere, on everything. I don't see people doing that. And when they do it, they put up a name that's not, that you can go look it the fuck up and see that's not the Lord's name. So, this is why I do what I do. This is why I say what I say. Because I represent for the people that have to make the transition. That everyone leaves behind and says, yous are fucking done, you're nobodies. The Lord loves us more than he loves you. Thus says the book. Thus says the Lord. Why? Because we're stuck. We can't do certain things because the world's designed to, you're gonna pay. You made it. The Lord raised you up. And you still don't listen to him. You still have the capabilities to do be more and more and more and more. And you're like, nah, I like the way the world told me to dress. I like these Jordans. I like these Nikes. I like that it says just do it on my sneaker. Just do what? Get it? You wear an ancient Roman symbol on your fucking hand, your shoe, or your gloves. But oh yeah, the Lord said put his motherfucking name there, nigga. But y'all rather wear the white man's name there. Oh, love! All praise to the Most High. Think about that next time you try to come at the youth with anything. When old people come at you with this with their weak version of the Bible, you go look these scriptures up and be like, "Hey, bro, the Lord said He spares me. I'm a young man and I ain't got all that. You gonna buy my outfit? Wait up, where's your outfit? How come you got that boy? How you cut your hair? Did you cut your hair with a razor? Cause the Lord said don't ever take a razor to your head. He said don't do that. Don't be cutting off your beard and shit." Hold everybody else to the rules, just like they say, "Oh, you're a sinner. You're not one of us." And I'll look at you and say, "Dog, you not one of you. What you talking about?" You get it? And then we all can say, "Shit, in the sight of the Lord, all of us fall short," just like the Bible said. Only the Lord's perfect. All right, brethren, you can come in, but yous are low level, so we're gonna be on this higher level. We're gonna get our shit together, and we're gonna stop picking on yous for not dressing or talking a certain way. We're gonna get over those things. We're gonna worry about, do you do the work of the Lord? How about that? Nah, people won't focus on that, because then y'all find out that we do more work than yous, and yous got money.